Welcome to Kiss Up Cards. Keep it simple stamping up. I'm Marianne and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm coming to you from outside south of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And I have talked about in previous videos I've mentioned fussy cutting. And so today I'm going to demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about. Fussy cutting. So fussy cutting is just cutting out your design. So a lot of scrapbooking or card making companies sell tools and with die cuts, and they will cut the designs out for you. I haven't gotten into that yet. I'm not sure I will, but I'm not going to say I'm not, because you never know. So, but I do love just sitting down and fussy cutting, just cutting out the design. So I'm going to show you what I do with fussy cutting, and just some of the designs that I've done. I can do it from cutting a design out of a pattern paper. So this is a perfect example of a good fussy cutting design. It has clean edges and you just cut around it. It is really a great one. Now, if I look at the other side, I could like fussy cut around the design. That would work as well, and that would make a good scene on a card as well, just using one of those. So just cutting from the card. Another way to fussy cut is when I look for stamps. So recently I was looking for a butterfly stamp, one that I could fussy cut out with ease, that it didn't have a lot of details around the fussy cutting. So I did find sketched butterflies, and it has many sizes, but I do love each of these. Like this one, that would be good, and this one, and this one, and this one. So they're different sizes, different flight patterns, and so I will show you stamping it and then fussy cutting it out. So here I'm going to show you a couple of cards. So there was candy cane paper, and so it was all stamped with had candy cane on the paper. So I just sat one evening while watching a show, and I just fussy cut those candy canes out, and then I had them all cut out, and I've just started using them on cards. So I started making out patterns, and this is one of my patterns. Then this one, the seagull sitting on the posts, that's a stamp. So I stamped it, and then I cut it out. So, and then I've just propped it up on some foam pads, dimensionals, and propped it up on the card. So that's just one that was stamped, and I cut it out. So it increases your opportunity for being creative, different card layouts, and all of that. So I'm going to show one with the butterfly and with the mushrooms, just different, just cutting it out just to show you. Okay, so one of the things that I will suggest is getting a good pair of scissors. Now, Stampin' Up makes these beautiful. They're short, they're not long. I've tried other scissors, but then once I got the Stampin' Up ones for doing fussy cutting, it made all the difference in the world. It was really, they're sharp, they're easier to turn, and all of that. So when I'm cutting on a large sheet of paper, what I'll do is I'll just cut around the mushroom or the pattern that I'm using. Now, when I'm cutting, what I'm doing is I'm turning the paper, not the scissors, and I'm not cutting right on the line. So there is a little bit of white left, and that makes a difference when it's sitting on your card as well. So in some places I'll have a little bit more white than others, and that is quite all right. But you can see I am moving my paper, not my scissors. And that gives you a much, especially when you're going around the curves, it really curves nicely. So there, I'm just fussy cutting. Sorry, I think I'm lifting it up so that I can see it. And I'm just fussy cutting around. Now see how easy that was? And that doesn't take any time at all. Let's cut that little point off just to fix it up. And there. And I will then put that on a card. I have gnomes as well on a piece of paper. So I would do that as well. Now I did say on the other side, we could fussy cut as well, some of these designs, and they're different ones as well. So let me take this one that is close to here, and I'll just cut around. Okay. Okay, so I've got the butterfly stamp ready, and what I did was I picked up designer series paper. You could stamp this on a cardstock color, on white, and stamp it with pink or purple or blues or whatever ink color you have. But I saw this laying in my stash, and I thought that would make a really good body for the butterfly. So this is designer series paper, pattern paper. It's got this on one side and this pattern on another. And so I thought this would just make a really good butterfly. So I'm going to tap, tap, tap and stamp my butterfly on there. And so when I cut it out, it's going to be filled in with the color. I changed my mind. I went to the gnome paper. So this is the gnomes that I was talking about. This is no longer available at Stampin' Up, but they have other fantastic Christmas paper out this year. They come out with new ones every year, but I'm still working with this. And so I changed my mind on the gnomes. I did fussy cut these little guys out, but then I didn't like it with the mushroom that I had cut out. So here's the card that I created with the gnome and the mushroom, and those are fussy cut out. Then I just took a sheet of paper, designer paper, pattern paper, and put it on the back, made a banner. And I often put, quite often I put offset things. Then you don't have to be so concerned about it looking precise. So if you're not good at that, then offset it on purpose. And then people think, oh, yeah, that's the pattern. So I did this one with the gnome. And then when I talked about the butterflies, I did this with the butterflies. So you see the orange butterflies on the flowers, and then I just made a thinking of you card. So I had showed you those fussy cutting, and then I had showed you the cards at the beginning. So it just expands what you can do with what you have and a pair of scissors. Easy peasy. So that's Fussy Cutting 101. And I enjoy it. Like, I'm going to go now with the gnome paper and the mushroom paper, and I'm just going to take this and sit down while I'm watching TV and fussy cut them all out, and then put them in a little container, and then I have them when I want to make a card. And what I love about this gnome is on snowflake paper. It says winter greetings. It doesn't have to be just for Christmas either. It can be all winter long. So, you know, if you have someone who is shut in or something during the winter, that's a great card to send as well. It's fun, it's happy, and it's sending kindness one card at a time. Thank you.